We have Adam Terry here today, who is the CEO of Canitrip, which is a cannabis social seltzer. Adam is a chemical engineer, gin distillery mixologist, and cannabis products developer. He has worked on large-scale extraction systems and developed infused products across every category in the Northeast. We are so lucky to have him here on EzHire Hangout. So welcome, Adam.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
So we're going to start off and do something pretty fun. We're going to do a rapid fire round. I'm going to set 45 seconds on the clock. Are you ready?
I am ready. Let's do it.
Did Shakespeare smoke cannabis?
Yes.
Can marijuana make your eyebrows fall off?
No.
Did George Washington grow hemp?
Yes.
Does marijuana help cure COVID-19?
No.
We started using cannabis around 8,000 years ago?
Yes.
Was cannabis the first ever product sold online?
Yes.
Is cannabis illegal in North Korea?
Yes.
Was the largest cannabis seizure over 10 million pounds?
No.
Is cannabis legal?
Ooh. I feel pretty good about that. I was surprised at a couple of those.
All right, let's get into some questions. So where do you see the cannabis industry going in the next 5 years?
So I think for the next 5 years, as we move towards federal legalization, we're going to see a big horizontalization of the cannabis industry, moving away from all these vertical operators into specialized cannabis companies. A big flaw that I've seen in the industry today is just the lower quality products that are created by companies that are trying to do everything. And I think we're going to see a lot more killer specialty products. And not even specialty, many will be mass produced, but something that individuals or individual companies are focusing on rather than trying to make vapes and gummies and be 20 different companies in one. We're going to see that specialize as people amp up for the centralization that'll come with federal legalization.
All right, let's move on to another fun topic. What mark do you want to leave on this industry?
That's a pretty easy question for me to answer because I'm working on my seltzer right now. I really want to create cannabis products that people can enjoy without just choking them down for a second and moving on. I think there are a lot of good cannabis products out there now, but the bar has been set pretty low. And I want to help create that new standard of what a cannabis experience should be. And that doesn't mean just having a great effect, but that also means enjoying the product while you're using it. And that's kind of why I got into the seltzer game in the first place, to create something that somebody can enjoy as they drink it rather than chug it down and then wait for the effect to set in. So I'd like to create good products, and that's really what I want to be known for at the end of the day. Yeah, we got 12-ounce cans. They're 3 mgs THC, 2 milligrams of CBD. There's a little bit of terpenes infused in there too, and its own emulsification process that I came up with. And yeah, and we're not quite on the market yet, but we're working towards it. And these are samples I make myself.
What has been one of your biggest failures, and what have you learned from it?
There are so many. I could tie it to the previous thing I said, which is that I worked for a vertical company and developed, I think, too many things too quickly. And so not all of those products were, complete winners. Because I was working in Massachusetts at the time, all of them sold a lot of products because the market was relatively captive. But I really wish I got more time to spend on it. But I'd say if I had a clean biggest failure, I once bought a piece of equipment that was relatively expensive, but I cheaped out on it and I bought the wrong piece of equipment. And that company was not able to make cartridge oil for a few months. And as a result, lost millions of dollars. I've never bought from that brand again, so I won't mention who they are, but it really taught me the lesson. And this is something I've said in interviews in the past, taught me a lesson: buy the right equipment for the right job and you won't be sorry. Buy the wrong equipment and you may lose millions of dollars.
Yes, very important. For those who are fine losing millions of dollars, do whatever you please. But those who don't want to lose millions of dollars, including me and Adam, we don't want that. It does make a dent. One last fun question. If you could have dinner with 2 people in the cannabis industry, either famous or non-famous, who would they be?
One that comes off the top of the head is Jim Belushi, who has been tweeting a lot about cannabis in recent days. Apparently, he does have like a Hulu show about it. And this is kind of weird, but the only reason is because I would really want to ask him about his work on Twin Peaks, which is one of his lesser known roles. But he seems also like an interesting guy to talk about, the history of cannabis and, what he's interested in doing right now in that.
And who would your second guest be?
Raphael Mechaloud comes to mind. I probably pronounced that incorrectly, but he was the first guy to isolate Delta-9 cannabis. He's an Israeli scientist. And I would really kind of ask him about how he started kind of getting into liquid chromatography analysis of cannabis, particularly to find, what was going on and how did he figure out that was the thing that was really causing it.
I loved that. Awesome. So how can people find you online?
You can find me on Twitter at aptdevllc, and you can find Cantrip on Instagram at Cantrip Seltzer, which actually just launched today. So we're really excited about that.
Woo! Thank you so much for coming on EzHire Hangouts.
Yeah, happy to be here. Thank you so much for having me.